Hey scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a process video for you, and I am playing with Rosie Studio's new digital Sugarbelle collection, so it's definitely got an Easter vibe. Um, they just released it recently, so you can go check it out on their website. I'll have in the description box below a link to their website if you want to check it out. I'm also going to use one of their cut files, which is a border cut file. And I recently became a member of their creative club, I think is the name they go with. Yeah, their creative club. So that basically just means that over the next couple of months, I'll be creating at least at least three, probably videos or projects, and posting them of things that I've created from Rosie Studio. It also does mean that I have in the description box below a 10% off coupon that you can use to save yourself a little bit if you want to purchase something from Rosie Studio's shop. I will say shipping is pretty fast. It is coming from another country, so it does, if you're in the US like me, there is a cost for shipping, but I just tend to order enough that it feels like the shipping isn't a big deal. Yeah, so, and with 10% off, that's kind of nice. You can save yourself a little bit of money. So yeah, we're going to get started. I'm going to play with this. I figured I would start and create a project using their digital kit that they just released while I'm waiting for the things that I ordered to arrive. So once those come in, be on the lookout if you're interested in, or if you like watching unboxings. I ordered, well, I want to say quite a bit. I ordered a little bit. I'm probably going to put it into 2 videos so it doesn't become too long. So be on the lookout for that, because in the next week or two, I'll probably get those videos up. If you like unboxings, be on the lookout for that. So that being said, let's go ahead and start this layout. So I went ahead and pulled this pattern paper here. Is actually from the Lucky Clover. It's an older Rosie Studio collection, but I still have it in my stash, and so this pattern paper just really worked well with the colors of this kit. So I did decide to pull that, and then I'm going to have it frame my layout. And I just took a piece of white cardstock, added a sort of circular stencil pattern with, this is just Stress Oxide in tumbled glass. And then I just did a little bit of speckled egg splattering, and then another, I think it was the Lindy Stamp Gang for the purpley pink, and then another Lindy Stamp Gang for the sort of green color that you see in my splatters. So that is going to act as my background for my page. So I'm just making sure I'm on frame. So that there is going to be for my background. Now here is the cut file that I said I was going to use. I did go ahead and size this. It's not quite 12 by 12. I think it's about it's about 11 and a half, give or take. And what I did, I cut it on white, and then I took some speckled egg Distress Oxide ink, and I just colored up the cut file. So what I decided to do is I am going to layer these borders. And I want to say this, I think on the website, they just call this, let me see if I can find it while I'm talking. I think it's just called cut file borders. You can find it on Rosie Studio's website underneath their cut files. But yes, I grabbed it from there and I cut it on my silhouette. That was kind of nice. I can do everything using items. Everything from this layout is basically from that digital kit, other than these pearls that I'm going to add, and maybe some other little hearts. But everything else that I'm going to use is from the kit. And I did print and cut it with my silhouette. So that's always nice to have the option of doing some digital as well. If you want to just go ahead and purchase digitals that are that's perfectly fine, and they work great to create your layouts. So there you see I've layered those up. That's going to be ultimately my background. So I will get those glued down, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of put these down, push this down a little bit. These are my two photos. Of course, this is the Easter collection, so I thought, why not play with some Easter photos? So I've kind of got in my head that my photos are going to go around here, and then I'm thinking my title is going to go down around this area. So I have a whole bunch of embellishments here off to the side, as you can see. So let me move those out of the way real quick. So here is what I am going to use. I'm going to mat my photo with just this scrap of white. So my photos are going to get matted with that first. And then the photo with my son in it, that is going to have a yellow. And then the photo with my daughter is going to have the floral. And then both of them will get backed in this stripe. So all of these papers here, all are from that digital collection. So I'm going to do that off camera, but these are basically going to get matted several times, as you can see. And then down here, which is kind of off camera, so I'll bring it up, but here is just so you can see a whole bunch of the digital items from the collection that I've gone ahead and printed and cut them out. So I'm going to put those down here. And then the other thing before I go offline or off camera to mat my photos and whatnot is I wanted to show you, this is part of my, or these are the letters for my title, so part of my title. And this purple pattern paper that you see is from the kit as well. And what I did is I die cut my letters once with the purple pattern paper, and then I went and die cut it 3 more times in white. And this is what I do to make my own thickers, is I then stack all of those pieces on top of each other, and then the pattern paper on top of those 3 layers of white cardstock, and I get these sort of thicker type letters, and so that is going to work for my title. So I wanted to show you that. It's a great tip if you want to save yourself some money and not buy tons of letter stickers. If you have dies or even a silhouette, you can certainly do the same thing and then stack them all up and glue them together, and you get the same feel as a thicker. And so what I'm going to do is going to go off camera, glue this background down, get my photos matted and my photos placed, and then we're going to come back with all of these items down here in the corner that's hard to see, but they'll come back in and we will actually put the layout together. Okay, next up we are going to work on the embellishing for this layout, and I did go ahead and just decide where my title is going to go, which is just going to be Happy Easter. This is from the digital embellishments, and then goodies will go right underneath that. And then I kind of just went through the embellishments that I pulled out and kind of grouped them together in sort of clusters that I'm going to go ahead and put on the page. So this one here, I'm going to start by putting this down here with my title. So this isn't glued down. The photos are glued down, but this is not. And so let me see, which way does this go? I think it goes like that. Not that I think it matters. I have one of the little Easter eggs, which I'm going to kind of put the G over top in my goodies and kind of nestle this Easter egg in there. This is going to kind of drive me crazy because everything's going to move. And then I have this little peace and chocolate to all. And then I have one of the butterflies from the kit. And I'll probably do some trails of some sort. Might just use a pen potentially, or some, I'm thinking about going and finding some sequins. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm going to place everything down, and then I'm going to glue it down off camera. And then up here, this is definitely going against my normal 3 embellishment clusters, because I'm basically going to decorate around the photos. And I'm not really sticking to 3 particular embellishment clusters. I don't know if I need this floral or not. We're going to leave it there for now. But I am bringing in an Easter egg into each of my embellishment clusters. There's going to be at least 3, so I have this one down here, one here, and then I have another one over here. And then I couldn't resist grabbing at least a couple of the bunnies from this collection. They are adorable. There's multiple different bunnies that you can check out when you look at the digital collection. I grabbed one that was looking this way, and the other bunny, which is right here, is looking the opposite direction. So none of my bunnies are looking off the page. They're looking sort of at the kids in the photo. And that is going to go somewhat like so. And so you can see that I do have the Easter eggs are kind of in a diagonal design, or a 3 design. Even though there's more than 3 embellishment clusters, I have grouped some elements so that they create that visual triangle. Excuse me. So I have a butterfly here, and I'm going to have another butterfly that's going to be at the top again. So I'm still keeping with my my visual triangle sets of 3 embellishments that I tend to like to have on my pages. So I do like how it all comes together. And so I'm going to put this floral up here with this rainbow, and then I have, like I said, that butterfly. I'm just trying to see where I want to put this one. I feel like I don't want them to be at the exact same height, so that's why I'm trying to decide where this one's going to go. Whether this one needs to come down here maybe a little bit more. I just want them to not be like the exact same height. And so I think for way of embellishing and clusters, we're going to go with this. I'm liking how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and get everything glued down. And then I did pull out these pearls. I liked some of the colors. They sort of have that Easter kind of feel in the colors. I have these little tiny hearts. They're like acrylic, I want to say. I thought I might dot a few of those around, sort of in place of enamel dots, possibly. And we'll see if this layout needs anything else, whether I pull out some sequins for these butterfly trails or not. So let me get this glued down so it stops moving, and we'll finish this up. Okay, I do apologize because I started finishing this layout and forgot to turn the camera on. So I just found a marker that kind of matched the colors of each of the butterflies, and I just did a little trail with a marker. I decided not to do sequins, and I did start putting some pearls down in each of my clusters, so I'm just going to finish doing that now, and we'll be able to call this layout complete. And one more, doing 3 in each of the sort of clusters that I have going here. So that is what I'm doing here. And just picking out ones that match pretty well. I like the pearls for an Easter collection. I think it kind of goes really well together, and I think it definitely fits this layout, and the colors work perfectly with this page, so I thought, why not? And we are going to call that done. So, like I said before, I will have in the description box below a link to the Rosie Studios shop and that coupon code if you want to use it. I will be posting, like I said before, at least 3 projects a month, or it might be projects or unboxings, things like that. If there's anything you want me to sort of show, if I have the products from Rosie Studio, or if there's something you want me to highlight, let me know and I will try to make that happen over the next couple of months. And so yeah, with that, we are going to call this layout done, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.